Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. The High Court of Kenya has declared President Ruto's appointments to the Climate Change Council unconstitutional, citing that it lacked public participation. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, as you always do, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you automatically support the work that I'm doing in this channel, because sometimes you watch and you forget liking the video. So this is just a reminder. As you watch, please consider liking the video. Thank you so much for that like. Now, according to Justice Lawrence Mugambi, in his ruling, nullified the appointments of the 4 members to the council, citing a lack of adequate public participation by the government. You think William Ruto can honor the public participation? How many times William Ruto has disregarded the public participation? Look at the Finance Bill 2024. We had public participation. What happened? William Ruto disregarded it. During the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, you saw the same thing. What happened? There was a public participation. Majority of Kenyans said there was no need to remove Rigathi Gachagua, even if he was tribal or bad person. It was unnecessary, Did he honor the public participation? No. So during the hearing of the case, the court found that there was no evidence of public engagement, and that the respondents failed to demonstrate how public participation was conducted. So following the ruling, Justice Lawrence Mugambi ordered the government to conduct fresh nominations within 90 days from the judgment day. Now, the judgment follows an initial court order that temporarily suspended the 4 members, until the petition filed against their appointments was heard and determined. So Justice Mugure Kande in February, remember, 2023, suspended Ruto's appointees from assuming office after a lobby group filed a suit challenging their appointments on several grounds. I remember very well that was also connected with some of public participation was not fully presented before the court. So the petitioners urged the civil society organizations working on climate change in the country were never involved, of course, in the appointments of the 4 members. And this is what court told the petitioners, that it is not clear who among the nominees is representing of the large civil society organization working on climate change, as it is required by the Council Act. It is also not clear whether there was any form of public participation in the selection of the so-said individuals in accordance with the Public Participation Act. So among those attached as respondents in the petition was, of course, former Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi, who was at the time the country's Attorney General. So Ruto had appointed the 4 members of the council as part of the broader efforts to combat the ripple effects of climate change. So the function of the council includes advising the head of the state on relevant climate policies. So when you look at how William Ruto is handling his appointment, it is giving us a lot of worries, because Kenyans, sometimes the appointments that are being done or something that William Ruto is doing in his government, He usually don't involve Kenyans. And that is why most of the time you'll not see any kind of engagement, public engagement. So most of the time you have seen courts nullifying, striking a lot of Ruto's delegation, And as much as you can see how William Ruto is doing it, is that he's the president and he is above the law. He can do whatever he can do because he is above the law. That is what William Ruto is trying to do. Because you cannot say you're listening to the people, you're ruling the people, you're governing the country. You cannot listen to the people. People might not be wrong always. Sometimes, are wrong. So if you feel that you are always right, and again you are above the law, what next? It is so sad. And that is why you will see some issues, zile William Ruto anafanya. You'll find that either court is suspending, nullifying, or striking. So the courts had no option but to do whatever it is expected of them as per the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. So this is taking William Ruto to a drawing board again to appoint these individuals in accordance to the Constitution. Public participation or the public engagement must be attached and the evidence be attached with the appointment of these individuals. Because William Ruto has been having this behavior that whatever he says is final. So he will just wake up early in the morning, he does just what he thinks it is right. That is where we are. It is so sad. And by the way, I've seen the kind of behavior of the government of the day. They usually have push and pull in between them and the courts, or rather the judiciary. They usually don't think that when they take over, it is a right thing for them to honor the court orders. And that is why most of the time you will see them disregarding the court orders. And they can continue doing what they think it is right. And when it reaches a time that now the government does what it thinks it is right, then they violate the Constitution because they might not be right. So I think for me, William Samoei Ruto is treading on the wrong direction. And soon he will find himself in danger. Why? The man thinks that what he does is right, what he commands is right, and he is above the law. Most of the time, he will say that we're gonna follow the rule of law. But they disregard a lot of court orders. They usually don't respect. And that is why many a times you will see that some appointments and some issues that William Ruto is doing in his government is purely unconstitutional. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Till we meet in another video.